Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing great. Welcome to a Spotlight interview series. This is your host Adarsh. Here we bring the best filmmakers from around the world beyond the commercial cinema. Today we have Goce Cvetanovski with us. Hello Goce, welcome to Central Dragons Media, and we are very grateful to have you with us.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be your guest today.
Before we begin with the interview, I would like to briefly introduce our guest. Goce Cvetanovski is an award-winning director, producer, and writer from Macedonia, whose work spans film, animation, and comics. After studying cinema in Paris and spending 17 years there, working with big names like Ed Sheeran and Faith No More, Goce went on to direct Macedonia's first animated feature. Also created hit kid series BB's World, which racked up nearly 100 million views on YouTube. He has also written and directed Macedonia's first feature animation and the largest animation co-production in the Balkans, John Vardar versus the Galaxy. From Rolling Stone shoutouts to leading creative projects across Europe, Gottfried brings a unique global voice to everything he touches. Let's dive into his incredible journey. And for our audiences, I would like to inform you that a significant portion of our audience consists of passionate film enthusiasts who aspire to join the film industry one day, whether as directors, screenwriters, or as part of creative teams that bring stories to life. We believe that today's guest, Gotze, through his practical experiences and insights, can offer tremendous value to them. So I encourage everyone, please pay close attention to his career journey and all that he shares in today's interview. So Gotze, why don't we begin from the beginning? When did you decide to work in this industry and what was the inspiration behind it?
Yes, it was, I think, when I was still in high school, a friend of mine told me that he's going to some meeting. It was called a film workshop that was, that Tim Burton's film Ed Wood. The film workshop was called Ed Wood because it was made for filmmakers without money, without budgets, and without knowledge of how to do films. And it was funny to me. I said, okay, I'm gonna come with you and just to see what's happening. And in that meeting, it was, people were talking about writing scripts, about doing movies and everything. And suddenly, I felt like I was there. I was doing movies all the time, and it's really kind of talked to me. I felt a very strong connection, even though, before that I was watching a lot of movies, but I didn't really think about making them, and now suddenly, I see that you can do movies and there was a camera available for anyone who has an idea. And even in my high school, I did two middle length movies of 40 and 50 minutes with a budget of, I don't know, like $10 or something, which the budget was actually to buy the video cassette because it was still in the analog days, end of the 90s. So it was a SVHS camera, so with the big tapes. Maybe the generations from today don't know that, today everything is digital. It's much easier. Everything is in our phones, But that was like a 10-kilo camera, like you put it on your shoulder and you feel the weight. So yeah, this is how I started, and from that day on until now, I've never stopped doing it. I've never, wanted to stop doing movies or do anything else. I found my love, I found my path, and I stick to it.
It was quite interesting. So, Gotse, I have gone through some of your work and you have worked from live action to animation. So, how this shift has influenced your storytelling?
My direct, my direct entry into the animation world was around 2008, I think. I had a story that was, too expensive to be made with live action because it was a fantastic story. So I thought that with animation that it would be easier. I didn't know. I'm not an animator myself, and I didn't know how much time actually you put into doing animation. So for that short animation that lasted about 11 minutes, it took us, the team, about 2 years to do it. I love doing live action and animation. I don't prefer one over the other. But in the animation, you are like my everything that I can imagine, whether it's fantasy or science fiction. I think it's easier to do because you just need artists that are talented that can draw something that is out of this world. While if you want to do it in live action, you need much more money to get that one same image. You need much more money just to start to it. You know?
Yeah, the live action ones for this fantastical stories require a lot of manpower and a lot of budget for that itself, and they
Yeah.
are quite a limiting factor in that. Yeah. So speaking of the animation that you just discussed it very passionately, why don't we talk about BB's world? So why do you think that it resonated so strongly with the kids in the Balkans and even beyond also?
Yes, I think it's like I mean, first thing is that because it was made with love, like it was a big team that is behind Bibi, and like everyone is everyone in the creative and in the management process that is involved in Bibi, we all love the project, like so, like when we started, like it was just something that we wanted to do for the kids, and the idea was to to help small kids learn how to read and write, and then it became like in less than a in couple of days it had 200,000 views, which for Macedonia is like Macedonia is a very small country. We are like about 2 million people, and then you have like 200,000 views suddenly, and everybody is talking about it, and kids and parents were contacting us and asking for more, you know. So we said, okay, so if there is so much interest, let's do one more, and then like for a year and a half, we did one episode per month, but always we didn't know if it's gonna stop or not because it was not. But the team grew, and now BB is recognized not only in Macedonia but entire Balkans. And now we are preparing a feature animation, and it's gonna be co-production with some European countries and some Latin American countries. So now we are kind of ready to take over the world, you know. But I think that the main reason at the start was just putting the right talented people together and a lot of love into the project.
I see. So it just happened. The pieces just came all together, and you guys were not having the thought that we will be just going out with such a bang, and all of a sudden it was. Can we say it was an overnight success?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, one thing that I forgot to mention is that for the producers of Bibi, at that time they all had small kids, you know, so they had the idea that they wanted to do something for their kids, you know. So they kind of started. They called every one of us and they put us together, and this is how.
So speaking of animation, also you just mentioned animated feature. Why don't we talk about John Werther and the Galaxy?
Yes, super. So that was a very, very long adventure. It was a epic, epic project. Like I was still living in France at that time, and a former student of mine called me and told me that there is a producer in Macedonia who wants to open an animation studio. And I said, yeah, okay, this is interesting, but it takes a lot of investment, because we need a big team. And to make it shorter, I mean, I came to Macedonia. The studio did happen. We started the first day of like a couple of months later. It was in 2015, and it took us about 1 year later. We had a support from Macedonian Film Agency, and in the next 3 years we found co-production from Bulgaria, Croatia, and Hungary. And by the very end of the production, we also had some help from Romania and Serbia. So it was really entire Balkans kind of got together in this project. other than that, like, I mean, it was 9 years of production, so there is so many stories. I could write a book, like, I mean, we need to do a series if you want to get more information about how the production went, because it was so long. Like, in the meantime, I managed to do another live action movie. I managed to do the BB was done in the meantime, so I don't know. I mean, I grew up as an author. I like, my life changed, so yeah, it was something that, I'm very happy to have done, because we wrote history. It was the first Macedonian feature animation ever, and when we did it, I knew afterwards. I knew why it was, because you have to be crazy to or crazy, or to have a big budget to do animation. But I'm crazy now enough to start working on the second one.
Yeah. So we did make John Werther versus the Galaxy as a project, but it seems for you it was a journey for yourself. You were exploring a lot of things, and you faced many challenges and a lot of surprises in your journey. It was quite a journey for you as well, it seems. Okay. So which one artist or director, it doesn't matter if they're alive or they have deceased, you would like to collaborate with?
There are so many legends. I mean, in artist, it's like a musician. I love Ennio Morricone, his music. I'm really in love. Director, like Steven Spielberg, Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino. Like, actors, Jack Nicholson, Robert De Niro. I don't know, from the new ones. I really love to work with Anya Taylor-Joy. I love her work. She's an amazing actress, and I mean, there's so many talented people in this industry that it's really how to say. I feel bad not to mention, like, 50 people at least.
Okay, so thank you so much, Goce, for taking the time to have a talk with us and sharing your amazing insights. It seems your journey was a movie in itself, like John Werther. I'm sure our audience, especially the young folks dreaming of writing and conceptualizing great stories in the film industry, found this really inspiring and helpful. So, after listening to your journey, it seems that one just has to begin the journey. He may get the lift,
Yes.
or he may get a ticket from the road, or he may have to hitchhike, but he or she may reach his or her journey. They just have to begin the walk.
Definitely, like, I mean, just do what your heart tells you, and put yourself 110%, and you'll be there.
We hope our audience enjoyed this conversation as much as we did, because I indeed enjoyed a lot. It was great meeting you. So we will be back soon with more guests from the world of cinema. So stay tuned. And again, a big thank you to Goce for giving us your time. So Goce, have a great day. Goodbye, and wishing you best wishes from my end and our team, 72 Dragons, for your marriage and your upcoming projects. Thank you, Goce.
Yeah, thank you, Adarsh and the team, and hope to meet you soon in the world in live.
Same wishes here.